Okay, so this is me picking up where I left off because I have some time. So they haven't done the schedule yet. I'm at my second shift with Clipboard Health, so wish me luck, y'all. Let's see how it goes today. I watched the first video back and I realized that it sounded like the patient that the family was looking for me for was the one that vomited, but that wasn't the case. I was giving somebody separate her medications, and I was giving her the medications, but I had to go. So I was like, you have to take your medication so that I can go to somebody else. And I guess she ended up vomiting. So basically I let the doctor know, hey, this patient can't take too many, pills at a time. We have to rectify this, especially on evening shift. She can't have so many medications that she's taking at one time. But anyway, so I let the family know, I let the supervisor know what happened. And the funny thing is, the supervisor wasn't even advocating for me as a nurse. It was in that moment that I was like, the leadership sucks, the nurses suck. They don't seem like they have teamwork. Honestly, I would say honestly, the GNAs supported me down. They supported me way more than any of those airheaded LPNs did. But let me tell you where it gets dicey. So after the supervisor comes and then he tells them that, I was giving another patient medications and I was coming right back, and then I crushed it and I went in to give the medications. Actually, the situation with the family ended well because when they were leaving, they were so thankful to me and very nice and kind, very sweet. I was like, what happened between the putting pressure on me for Tylenol and then becoming really sweet? So I was thankful for that. But then shortly after that, I was informed that the patient who I was giving medication to when they were trying to get medication, the PRN for their, patient, had vomited. So I let the doctor know and so on. I called the supervisor. When the supervisor had, came and I finished giving the Tylenol to the patient, with the family that was coming to me, I was explaining to him that, sometimes facilities have visiting hours that they have families adhere to just to make it easier on shifts like evening shift where there's still a lot of medications to be given. And mind you, as a side note, I don't really like to pick up 3 to 11, but I pick it up because I need to make money. If there's no other shifts, I'm gonna work regardless. So that's why I picked up the 3 to 11 shift. But as I was expressing my sentiments and my everything that was going on, it was just going over his head, and he wasn't even supporting me in any way. Just the same way I was dismissed and treated from the beginning of the shift up until that point. So anyway, after he was done, he just, after I was done talking, he just walked away. I was like, I'm not Sonic the Hedgehog. I can't be on one end of the hallway and then family member asking me for PRN when this patient is clearly sleeping calmly, no pain, no signs or symptoms of discomfort, on the pain ad scale. And then you expect me to leave somebody who hasn't gotten any of her standing medications to go and medicate somebody, a PRN, even when they're not in pain. Make it make sense. He wasn't hearing it. So there was this, I guess, African, I'll say Ghana, I think he was Ghanaian, LPN at the desk, and he turned around and then he looked away. And then after the other nurse, the Igbo nurse, she was telling me something, and I was like, well, we're almost at the end of the shift, but just to be honest, you guys have been really nasty and rude to me. And then she became so defensive. That African narcissistic, I'm older than you mentality. And then he butts his stinking mouth in saying, oh, the way I see you, you're somebody that doesn't want to hear anybody else's point of view, and everywhere is not perfect, and da-da-da. In my head, I'm like, you're just proving to me that this facility does not even need to have agency staff because you're not equipped, you're not educated, and you're not prepared to receive agency staff and give them the right tools to succeed and take care of patients safely. And I kept using that word because to me, anything that's untimely in nursing can be a patient safety issue, because we all know how these patients get down. They don't wait for nobody. They could either fall, their blood sugar could drop, their blood sugar could go sky high, anything could happen. So if I'm here for a shift that I'm legally, responsible for, I expect to be met with the utmost professionalism, which I wasn't. So anyway, what rescued these people in this whole facility? As I was finishing up my documentation, the night nurse came in. She just happened to be a Yoruba nurse. When I tell you this woman was an angel, this woman is an angel. She's the first person that whole shift that treated me like a human being, listened to my concerns, shared some similar issues she had. And mind you, she's a staff member at this facility, but I don't know if it's a hazing thing or they treated her so poorly that she shared her experience with me, and she was like, "Oh, don't worry, as long as you've spoken out and you've let them know, what you will not tolerate, I promise you they won't repeat it again." And I said, yeah, I wasn't ever going to return because I don't like working under these circumstances. And then she was like, you should definitely give it a try and come back. And it turns out she's also doing her advanced nurse practitioner degree somewhere, same school as me. We really hit it off. And it was at that moment that I was like, you know what? Because of this lady, I may consider going back. But I'll only go back on 11 to 7 because 3 to 11 is ghetto. Anyway, let me know you guys' thoughts. Let me know if there's anywhere where you think I went wrong. Let me know if there's anywhere in this whole storyline that you didn't understand or you need me to reiterate or clarify. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. So basically, just to give y'all an update, it has been confirmed that no one likes to go to that facility. It is a horrible facility to work for. Both GNAs, RNs, LPNs have noted how rude, disgusting, nasty, unprofessional, and unsafe it is to work there. So this is why I love socializing, connecting with people that I'm working with, because who better than your peers in your career? Your nurses, your GNAs, your nurse practitioners, your supervisors, your nurse leaders. They will give you the tea. As long as you're nice, you're respectful, you're professional, they will always give you the tea. And it has been confirmed that it's that facility. And the reason why I say this is because that facility, I was there yesterday, and it's like night and day. It's like night and day. Yesterday, by this time, I was struggling. Today, I'm conversing with nurses, getting my questions answered. If I'm low on stock, I can reorder a med, but still ask a nurse if there's like overflow somewhere and get helped out. Like, it is like night and day. So I told myself, from now on, when I book shifts through Clipboard, it's going to be at this specific facility that I'm at right now. I'm super happy that I didn't give up on the app like completely and totally. But I just wanted to give you guys an update on, what I found out or what I have found out by talking to multiple people and just explaining the situation as it happened.